I, Sarah, 32-year-old female, have been working at my job for 5 years. It's a fairly small office, and we have a policy that only a certain number of employees can take time off at once to ensure coverage. Because of this, we're required to submit vacation requests several months in advance so things are fair. Last year, my best friend and I started planning a 2-week vacation for this summer. It's a dream trip overseas, something we've both been saving for and looking forward to for years. Since I knew summer vacation slots would fill up quickly, I submitted my request 6 months in advance, and it was approved. After that, we booked everything: flights, hotels, excursions, even some non-refundable activities. About a month ago, my co-worker, Jake, 29-year-old male, came to me and asked if I would be willing to swap my vacation dates. Apparently, his sister's wedding, originally planned for August, had to be moved to July due to a venue issue. He hadn't put in his time off request earlier because he thought the original date was set in stone. Now, with the wedding rescheduled, he needed time off during the same week I had booked. I felt bad for him, truly. I know family events are important, and obviously, a wedding is a big deal. But my vacation wasn't something I could just reschedule. Everything was already paid for, and changing my flights and hotels would have cost me a significant amount of money, not to mention the hassle of trying to rearrange my friend's schedule as well. I told Jake as kindly as possible that I understood his situation but couldn't switch my dates. He didn't push me further at the time, but I could tell he was frustrated. A few days later, he brought it up again, asking if I was sure I couldn't move things around. He even suggested that I could just take time off a couple of weeks later instead. I explained again that my plans weren't flexible, and he just nodded and walked away. Then, I found out that he went to our manager to see if she could do anything. She told him that since my vacation was approved first, it wouldn't be fair to ask me to change it, especially since I had already made financial commitments. She did say, though, that if I was willing to switch, they could see if any alternative arrangements could be made. But again, I wasn't willing. Now, a few co-workers have been making passive-aggressive comments about how family should come first and that a vacation isn't as important as a wedding. A couple of people have even suggested that I could have at least tried to move my trip, even if it would have been difficult. I'm starting to feel like maybe I was being selfish for not even considering the possibility. Jake himself hasn't been outwardly rude, but is noticeably distant now. He barely speaks to me unless it's work-related, and I can tell there's resentment. So, am I in the wrong for refusing to change my vacation dates so my coworker could go to his sister's wedding?